Guys, Roxy Sims here, and I have another speed build for you today. Today I am building a water park. This is a build that I have been so excited to share with you guys. I've been working on it for quite a long time. Of course, something like a water park takes a long time just to build anyways, but I've pretty much been working on it like the whole time that I've been sick. So I would build some and then, turn the Sims off and think about it for a while, and then I'd go back and build some more, turn it off, think about it for a while. So, I kind of worked on it way too long just to make it exactly how I wanted it. And so yeah, I'm excited that it's finally here, that I get to share it with you all. This water park is pretty much based on every water park that I've ever been to. I haven't been to that many, only a few, but pretty much all of them that I've been to are very tropical themed, very Hawaiian themed. So of course that's what I wanted to go with mine. So it's like I said, very much based on all of them, but in particular there's this one water park that I went to in Florida. I went to it like last year, I believe, and it's very similar to this. I don't remember the name of it. I've only been there once, but it was very much like this, kind of Hawaiian themed, but more of like very natural, so you'll see as I build onto this, there's lots of rocks, and it's just I wanted to make it feel, how do I say, very natural, very like I didn't want the structures to seem all that man-made. I wanted them to kind of feel like they've been built into the wilderness, if that makes sense. I hope it does. If it doesn't make sense now, just wait, you'll see a little bit later. But yeah, I built this water park in Newcrest because I was trying to think of where would be the best place for a water park. And you could, of course, build one in like Sulani or whatever, but I wanted this to be more like a typical kind of like Midwestern kind of water park, because I'm from the Midwest, so that's really the kind of water park that I've experienced, and of course the one in Florida in the South. But yeah, I wanted that vibe, so I wanted it more of kind of a city-esque vibe, but not super big, so obviously not in like San Michun or anything. But yeah, Newcrest obviously has a lot of empty lots, so that is where I decided to put it. And beside the water park, you'll see I even made a big parking lot. And so, every water park I've ever been to has a huge parking lot next to it, so I thought it was appropriate that I should make that lot a parking lot. So I'm kind of excited about that. I don't know why. Anything that's kind of realistic, I enjoy very much so. So I had fun building just a parking lot. I've never made a whole lot be a parking lot before, but I thought, hey, if I'm gonna do it, it might as well be for this lot. I, of course, did not record myself making the parking lot because I was already concerned with this being such a big build. I was like, oh, this video is going to be too long, way too long. Proud to say I cut it down to like 20 something minutes. So thankfully, I was scared it was going to be like way longer. But anyways, I didn't want to record the parking lot because, it's basic stuff. Just, I put one of those like little booths where, what do you even call that? The thing comes up so you can drive through. And so you get like paid parking, because that's also a thing. Most amusement parks, water parks, all of those, you have to pay to park. So I want to have those in it. But yeah, other than that, pretty basic stuff on a parking lot. I will upload the parking lot as well if you decide you want to if you want to download this and you want to put it in the exact place that I put it, I'll upload both of those. I didn't know if everyone would be okay with me having one lot be a parking lot, because I am using this in my save file. So, it's pretty unusable as that lot, but it just was worth it to me because it adds so much realism. You're not going to have a whole water park with no parking. And you can't, we just don't have big enough lots to have the parking on this lot. So that's why I went ahead and made it on an entirely different lot. So it does, like I said, makes it kind of unusable, but I don't know. It's just worth it to me. I like the way it looks. So hopefully you're okay with it too. If not, I have plenty of things that could be put there instead. Yeah, so hopefully that's okay. But I like the way it looks. I don't know. It makes me happy. Plus, I've only really recently just started like hardcore working on the save file. So, that's going to be way far off. By the time that it's ready, it's going to take me a long time. Because I do have some old builds that I don't want to put them in the save file. Like, I will put some older builds, but some of them just like, no, I'm going to build something new for those, because a lot of them are like super limited on packs. Because when I first got the game, I think it was quite a while before I bought really any packs. And really, it's only been like 5 years since it's been out, but I feel like my building skills have just gotten so much better since then. So I don't want to put like every one of my old builds. Some I'm like, oh, I built that. Throw those away. Just throw the whole build away. So some of them I am rebuilding. So I do have quite a few things to finish building before the save file is done. Like, it is going to be a while. So bear with me. I am working on it, and hopefully someday it will be finished. I have absolutely no idea when that will be, but it'll be a very exciting day. I can't wait for the day. So let's talk about this build a little bit. As you could see, I built 2 rides already in this, and they are unfortunately not functional because I use a roof as slides, and then I use those dog training tube things as a ride, and it's quite unfortunate. Those are not usable, but there's not a whole lot of usable things that would be good in a water park in The Sims. So I have, some usable things, some not usable things, but I think those 2 rides were quite necessary because they make it look like a real water park. So an actual water park with rides. Without those, it would just kind of look like a pool. So just like a neighborhood pool kind of thing, which I wanted to go for the real water park vibes. So had to have them, had to have some big water park rides, and eventually I do want to make like a very typical neighborhood pool type of build, but on this one, like I said, it had to be a real deal water park, and I do like the way they turned out. They make me happy, they make me laugh. So I like it. And right here, I am starting to work on the more kiddie area of the park. So every water park I've been to, they've got the adult rides, they've got a lazy river, which, as you can see, I already worked on that one, and then they always have kiddie part. So with this one, I got these water slides, and I put some sprinklers, and I put like the bucket that you could do the water balloon fights. I've got the jungle gym, the kiddie pool, a slide, monkey bars. Yeah, I just wanted to put as many things in this little kiddie area as possible. I didn't have a kid sim with me whenever I was testing this out, so I will have to test with a kid with me on which things are functional. So I don't have that off the top of my head, but hopefully I can make it to where they're all functional. Fingers crossed. And in this like little empty area by those tables, I'm going to put food stands. So I'll have 3 different food stands around the park. I put 2 of them were the ones that came with island living, so kind of Hawaiian food. And then also I put the summer food stall. So it's the one who has like lemonade and burgers and hot dogs, I believe. So it's unfortunate that you have to hire a vendor for anyone to be working there. I hate that. I wish that on a public lot, if you have one of those food stalls, that a vendor would just show up. That would be amazing. I'll say it every chance I get because I want it so bad. But I do believe there is a mod for that to where vendors will automatically show up. Unfortunately for me, I don't use mods or barely any custom content, so I have to just wait for The Sims to do it. Hopefully one day. I really would love that. Oh, or you could just use cheats for money. Like, let's say if you don't have enough money, you could use a money cheat and then just hire the vendors yourself. Whichever way that you want to do that. But I really like having those food stalls. And a little bit later, you'll see me. I also build in the middle of the park, like an eating area. So they'll always have those like kind of covered areas for eating. So I put that one there, and then, you know, the food stalls will be in like kind of on each kind of corner of the park. Oh yeah, and I wanted to mention that kind of pool-ish area in this kids area is like, it's a fountain, because those are like way more shallow than the pool. And, you know, in any kiddie area, those are like 2 feet deep. So had to put a fountain there instead of a pool to make it more kid-like. And a little bit later, you'll see I just added some sprinklers to that jungle gym. A little bit later, I don't record it because it took me forever. Well, I did record it, but I cut it out. But I put like sprinklers everywhere. That took forever though, because I had to raise up a lot of them and place them in the exact right area. And those 2 big slides, that took me the longest. Because I had to raise them up super, super high and get them in the right place. But yeah, so there'll be tons of sprinklers everywhere. And this, folks, right here is the lazy river area, which is probably like my most favorite ride. It's not even really a ride, but I love this activity anytime I go to a water park. Because you just, you know, as an adult, just get in a tube and just float away. And I love that. That's so much fun. As a kid, of course, I would try to go through the lazy river as fast as I could. I don't have the energy for that anymore. So I just hang on to a tube and, you know, let it take me wherever. I love it so much. And, I was so excited about that little map. Where did that map? I forgot what pack that map came from. But it looked so much like one of those maps that you see at amusement parks, at water parks. So I love that. It was the map at the very front of the park. And as you could see around here, I have that kind of like pirate theme going on. So in that little middle section, I have a treasure map kind of. And that mast with the pirate flag, and I have gold, and a treasure chest, and then I also have that big ship, that pirate-looking ship there, and right here, I'm going for more of like a jungle-type feel under this slide right here. I love this rock, because it looks like it's a cave in there. That's the kind of theme park that I really like, is where it's super themey. So I wanted to go really tropical with everything in this. And since this little area under the slides is very jungle-y, I went with really lush landscaping. I do show the landscaping right here, but I cut it out a lot of the other landscaping later on in the video, because I did a lot of landscaping with this, and it was pretty repetitive. I just used kind of the same kind of plants all over the place. Lots of palm trees, lots of the plants that we got with Island Living. And, you know, I figured we would get an island type pack at some point, because I've been wanting to build a water park for quite a while. But before we had this Island Living, because I like I said, all the ones that I go to, the water parks I go to, are very tropical, and we didn't have that much stuff that would have worked for it. So I figure after Island Living, it's kind of the perfect time to make a type of water park like this. So I'm really thankful for all the things that we got in that pack. Honestly, you know, it's not my favorite pack, but I still like that we have it, you know? It's still very useful. I do use stuff from that pack all the time. A lot of the plants that we got from the pack are I love them. They're my favorite. These palm trees, every time I use these palm trees, I'm like, oh, they're so pretty. I love these palm trees. I really like that, those pink flowers. I forget how you say the name of them. I love it so much though. So, like for example, the vampire pack, not my absolute favorite pack, but I use the stuff from the build catalog all the time. So that's another kind of one of those things where it doesn't have to be my favorite pack for me to love it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I use the Island Living stuff constantly. One pack that I think would be amazing to have in The Sims is kind of like an amusement park pack. I don't know if it's anything that we realistically will ever get in The Sims 4, but it would be amazing. I would love it. Like an actual roller coaster, real rides that we can really use. That would be really fun, you know? Because I think the Sims need more stuff to do, you know? They need more fun things to do. And amusement parks, I love amusement parks. I'm a junkie for, like, the bigger and faster the roller coaster, the better. I'm in. There's not a single roller coaster that I wouldn't ride. I love them so much. There is not a roller coaster around that is too scary for me. Not around here anyways. And I've ridden every one that I've ever encountered. I like going upside down, all that stuff. I wouldn't call myself an adrenaline junkie necessarily, but I've done those kind of, I don't know if you call them rides, the kind of thrill ride kind of thing, like the ejection seat. I don't know if you've seen one of those, but basically what it is that it's this big, tall tower kind of thing, and you're in a big, like, cage ball thing, and you're, like, attached with a bungee cord, and they'll stretch the ball down, and you're in it, buckled in a seat, so, you know, fairly safe, and then, so they'll stretch you down all the way to the ground, and then they'll let go, and so you go springing up in the air, and I've done that a few times. That's really fun. And then they have this other type of ride. I don't know what they call it, but it's basically where you're on a bungee, except you're not in a ball, like a cage ball this time. It's like you're in a harness, and then the bungee is attached to your back, and they stretch you, and then they let you go, and you kind of swing back and forth. That was really fun. I would go bungee jumping if it was like a very reputable place. And I've never done it yet. And I have never gone skydiving, but that one is a little scarier to me. Because even riding in a plane is kind of scary to me. So jumping out of one, even worse, obviously. So I don't know if I would do that one, but I think I would. It's the only one that I'm a little scared of, so I don't know. If I had the opportunity, I probably would, because might as well. I would just be pretty nervous about it. Normally when I travel places, I just drive, so I haven't had really the need to be in a plane very much. Not since when I was a little kid, because when I was a little kid, lived in Germany for a few years, and other than that, I had not been in a plane until I was into adulthood. And so a couple of years ago, I had a plane ride coming up, and I realized just how scared I was, because I never thought about it before. Because like I said, when I traveled, all I had to do was drive. So no big deal. And so whenever I had to get on the plane, I was like, oh my god, this is so scary. I don't know why it's so scary, because I know it's safe. It's just one of those things where, you know, you have no control over anything that's happening on the plane. So I think that was the scary part. Driving, you at least are, like, controlling the car. And you are very much not. And if something goes wrong, you're like 30,000 feet in the air. And that's the scary part. Because if a car breaks down, you just pull over to the side of the road. If the plane breaks down, that is a little worse. So I didn't know how scared he was of planes until recently. But, you know, I took the plane ride and I had a layover and then, so I really rode like 4 different planes to go there and back. So even that 4 like different plane rides, it made me way less scared. I think I was just mainly scared at the beginning because I just hadn't done it in so long. Also, there was a ton of turbulence. I don't know what was happening. It must have been super, super windy that day. But everyone on the plane looked a little concerned, and that just made it so much worse. I was terrified. Oh, so yeah, a lot of turbulence that day, but I think once I ride a plane a few more times, it won't be so bad. It was just the shock of it all, I think. So yeah, my phobias are riding in a plane and spiders. Hate spiders. Hate them. Oh, they're so creepy. Yeah, but that's it. Mainly just those 2 things. But anyways, back to this build. I'm just finishing up the little decorations around the place. I wanted to drive home the like turtle theme in this kitty area. So I have this sign, the like turtle sign, and the little turtles, you know, all the way throughout. And I just, you know, kind of put like little themes throughout each one of the little sections. So of course I got the turtle, the jungle, the pirate, all those little sections, and then of course just tropical theme throughout. But then I also put in like little decorations around the chairs. So I wanted it to feel like kind of people were there using the park. So I have like towels and coolers and stuff. Because every one I've been to, they allow you to bring in coolers. And I have sunscreen and clothes and baskets full of, I think they're blankets, but they could be towels. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. We are about to the end of this video. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed this water park. I had a lot of fun building it, even though it was a lot of work. But I am, you know, it's always nice when you work for a really long time and then the project is done. That is a good feeling. Well, again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I hope to talk to you all again soon. Bye, everybody.